Hello everyone, I am the Young Millennial Budget. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you enjoyed the video today, please don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe because it really does help out my channel. Today you'll be seeing me budget through my first paycheck of March 2021. But before I get into that, let me just address the elephant in the room. I've taken a giant hiatus from budgeting over the last month and a half. I've been pretty preoccupied with just life and work and just lots of stress, and it's kind of spilled into me overspending, but I am so ready to get back into budgeting and get myself back on track. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my source of income. Of course, this is my regular salaried paycheck. As some may notice, it's a little bit lower than usual. I've decided to officially contribute up to my company's match for my 401k contribution. So this is what my salaried paycheck will be looking like from this point forward. The first thing I'm going to do is put $850 towards my 1 month ahead because that's exactly half of what I need. And I'm just trying to make sure that I always prioritize my monthly bills. Okay, that leaves me with $1,212. The next thing I'm going to do is put $125 towards my Roth IRA because I try to do that with each and every paycheck. Eventually, I'd like to double this so I can actually max out my Roth IRA, but that is not my priority at this time. Before, I had it where with each paycheck, I was trying to put about 40% towards my student loans because that was what was necessary for me to pay off my loans by June 2022. However, I'm just not finding my student loans to be a giant priority at this time. And before, I was comfortable with the idea of me getting a really low grade hoopty of a car for about $4 or $5 grand, just something to drive me for about a year or two. But honestly, these last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of friends that have gotten into car accidents or have had maintenance issues with their car. And it's really just frightened me at the idea of just having a really old car that requires really expensive maintenance, even if I only needed it for a year or two. So right now, I think I'm going to prioritize upping the amount that I'd like to save for my new vehicle sinking fund. Right now, I have $3,325 put away with my goal to be $4,500. I'm still going to leave that as my YNAB goal right now, but I'll likely reevaluate it. I'm hoping by the end of the month I've reached this goal and just to really pour more of my money into this versus my student loans, but I'll address that in another video. So I'm going to put $500 here right now. And I'm also going to fund a little bit towards my vacation fund. So I think I'm going to be taking a quick trip abroad to visit someone, and that's going to be a bit of an expensive ticket. For right now, I'm going to put $150 towards my vacation fund just to fund anything that I need while I'm there. And I actually have a sinking fund. The person I'm supposed to go visit has also sent me $1,000 towards all the expenses. So I'm going to put that in my vacation fund, but that's not going to take away from the fact that I still would like to personally put $1,000. So I'm still about $370 short of my goal. And I'm just going to delete this category of the trip abroad sinking fund. Another thing also happened when I was putting in my information into Free Tax USA. I was under the impression I was going to owe money this year based off of what my company had told me, because a company car I had received that I was supposed to be using for business purposes, I didn't have the opportunity to because I was working remotely since hire. And when I did receive my W-2 and I saw how much money they had added for personal use of the business car, I still ended up with a tax refund. I'm going to get someone to double check that for me. But in every scenario, in every way that I put the amount into Free Tax USA, I always received a refund. Same when I tried double checking by also putting it into H&R Block and putting it into TurboTax. So I'm almost confident I don't need to keep that $500 stipend my company gave me in my car expenses, and I'm actually going to move $500 of those dollars into my new car sinking fund, which is amazing because it's just bringing me closer to my goal. And then that leaves me still with $437. So for my trip abroad, I would like to have a little bit of extra money to buy some things while I'm there. So I'm going to put about an extra $50 into clothing, and I'm going to put an extra $25 into my hair, skin, and nails category. For medical, some of you may notice this is way higher than it's ever been before. I broke my permanent retainer, and this was the amount I was quoted for, which makes me so sad, but I'll talk about that in another video. Just for fun, so my little sister is coming up to visit me, and I'm expecting like hosting her and taking her out to see some things is going to be a little expensive. So I think I'm going to put another $100 into fund money. And maybe if there's anything left over, I'll kind of give her a gift as she makes her way back. And I'm going to put another $100 into giving, just in anticipation of her trip. And that leaves me with $162. I feel like I've put money towards everything. Actually, as I'm opening up the food category, let me beef this up a little bit. So for dining out, I'm sure I'm going to take my sister out to a bunch of nice restaurants that are COVID compliant. I'm going to put another $25 in here. And I'm going to put another $50 in fast food. And if I happen to go over, which I really pray that I do not, I'll just take some of it from groceries because this is really a low grocery month for me. And with that last $87, let me just put another $50 towards my... Let me not neglect my student loans. Let me put another $50 towards my student loans. And the remaining $37.02, I'm going to pour into my 1 month ahead category. I actually think I'll be receiving my company fiscal bonus in the next couple of days. So I'll have another video coming up, and hopefully there I can actually prioritize my 2021 goals instead of budgeting for a trip and for my sister. So thank you guys so much for joining me as I budgeted through my first paycheck of March 2021. I definitely plan on doing a mid-month check-in, and I think I'll do that the same day I budget my annual bonus, and also maybe doing like a February recap, like a really late one in the upcoming days, to just show you guys all the overspending I did in the month that I did not budget whatsoever and just really allowed myself to spend money as I pleased. And I need to not go back to doing that because it really took away from some of the progress I could have made towards my goals. One thing I've really noticed is that budgeting, or just actively looking at my budget, really keeps me in line without really ever making me feel like I'm deprived. But when I'm not looking at it, all I see is the money sitting in my bank account, and I feel like I run free with that. So I'm going to stick to budgeting. Anyway, that's my long-winded ending. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Please don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye.